Well, hey, and welcome to another episode of Beetle Dustino, coming at you again today with yet another video. First in a series of videos, I said I was gonna start my 10 from the rents. So just looking at my parents' collection that I've kind of adopted. We're gonna start with the vinyl, and maybe someday I might, if I dig out the cassettes, if I feel like it's something worth showing, I guess. I think a lot of my parents' cassettes are my dad's country cassettes, so yeah. We'll see though. I might look and see if there's something cool in there I just haven't spotted before. Their vinyl collection is quite cool, and we will be taking a look at that. And before we do get started though, of course, I do want to thank all my subscribers. Thanks to any new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do, and do hit the notification bell so you do know when I got new videos coming out. Also, please give the video a like if you like it. It really does help out the channel. And do leave a comment. I do love having a discussion with everybody. But let's get on with this first ever episode of 10 from the Rents. So yeah, the majority of this, I'm just going to kind of go in order of how I've organized their collection, which is kind of alphabetized, but I realize some of them I didn't get quite correctly alphabetized, so I might be off with like a first name or a last name, a first name as the first, but I don't know, whatever. We'll start out episode 1. I did pull out any of their Beatles, Beach Boys, Jimi Hendrix. Those are kind of my core guys. I pulled out those ones, and then there was one other that I kind of slipped out, which was Creedence Clearwater Revival. And then there'll be a couple that I'll get into just the alphabetized list there. But yeah, let's get going with this. And we're going to start out with the early Beatles. This was one of theirs from that, and obviously one of the very first that when I did get listening to the Beatles, this is what I got listening to. And I don't believe, no, yeah, I was going to say, I don't believe I got the original sleeve, so I've got it in that one. And we'll just show you here the label, original Capitol label on side 1 and side 2 there. So up next, we got Abbey Road, which this one got played a lot. And this one is a US pressing. It does say Her Majesty on the back there. Again, no original inner sleeve, so I just got in one of these. I probably would have put it in this anyway. But let's see. There we got side 1, the Apple label, and side 2, the cut apple. And this next one I think I've shown before too, but it is Hey Jude. And I'll cover that up. I got a label on there I stupidly put on in high school, but yeah, there's the back. I don't want people seeing my name. And there is the record. And I've got to figure this out as I was seeing. Don't want people seeing my name. I also don't want them seeing my mom's name. She's got her name on the record there. So we'll cover that up on side B. Now we'll get to be a bit of a challenge as I do these because she did put her name on a lot of these. But the next one, still kind of sticking with the Beatles, we got Chacksfield Plays the Beatles Songbook. And this was an interesting one. Trying to see. There's the back. And I believe this is the original sleeve with it. This is on the Decca label. So I'll show you the sleeve there. And this is polylined, which is really shocking. There's the side 1. Yes, I am seeing it here. This is what I was kind of looking for. This is a British copy. And wow, that's some nice heavyweight vinyl on this. But yeah, I was kind of shocked they had a British copy, and I think they did live in Germany for a while. And I think a lot of theirs, they did pick up some while they were living there. So I did see a lot of UK pressings and a lot of German pressings in their collections. And this is one of those UK ones. And now moving on to the Beach Boys, and I know I have showed this one before, and I've talked a lot about it. This is Little Deuce Coupe. And this poor thing has seen better days. I think I got some mold or something on that. This is a 70s print, you can see, with the certified gold. And this jacket's barely holding together. So they do not have the original liner, I don't think. It's on this kind of unique yellow Capitol label. There's side 1 and side 2. And this was the record My dad played this for me endlessly when I was a kid, and this is what really got me into the Beach Boys, which, as I always say, I believe led to the Beatles on that. Just my love of pop music and rock music, and also made me a car lover. Most of these songs are talking about cars. Kind of made me who I am. So no matter how dinged up or beat up this poor thing gets, this will always be very important in my collection. Next up, some more Beach Boys. We got Wild Honey this time. And this one, I believe, I got that damn label on the back again. Oh, and my mom's name is on the front. Oops. Hopefully you didn't see that. There is Wild Honey. This one's an original stereo pressing, I believe. There's the front. And figuring out to show you the back here, covering up my mom's name. So next up we got Jimi Hendrix with Smash Hits. I believe this was actually out of my dad's collection. So the front and the back. No giant poster included. I think my dad hung it up or lost it or something along the way. It's not in there. Nor is the original inner sleeve. So I've just got my own poly lined on it now. But there was side 1 and side 2 on the reprise. And much like Little Deuce Coupe kind of leading me to the Beach Boys and whatnot, this one I discovered on my own. I always knew it was in the collection, but once I started just on my own going through it and playing my own records as I got a little older, this one, I don't even know how many times I spun it, and I finally started buying Jimi Hendrix CDs right after that point because this absolutely made me fall in love with him and the Jimi Hendrix Experience. So next up we got Creedence Clearwater Revival, live in Europe. Yep, there we go, live in Europe. I think I've showed this one before too when I showed my Creedence collection. I did a video on that. There's the gatefold and the back. And this one, they do got the inner sleeves, rare for their collection. I'll only show you the one. It's this fantasy records. So the one side shows Creedence, the other side just shows other artists on the label. That's right, this is that odd side 1 and side 4. And then side 2 and side 3. And now we're just getting into the alphabetized kind of settings here. And this next one, I really don't know much about her. I think I've heard of her name, Lynn Anderson. It looks like it's Cry is the name of the album. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I got to make a little amendment here. So Lynn Anderson, I am aware of her. I don't really know her music. I don't know much on that aspect, but I am aware of who she is. I said I know I've heard the name, and this is going to get funnier as it goes. So I'm editing the video that you're watching, showing it to the rents, and my mom says to me, "Hey, Lynn Anderson is from our town. Our hometown is Grand Forks, North Dakota, and yes, she was born in Grand Forks, North Dakota." And as we get discussing it further, I went and did a little research, Googled her, got reading about her, found out she didn't live here very long, but still, I mean, a notable resident from our little odd town and one of the few notable residents of North Dakota. And on top of that, I got thinking about it. When I was in high school, I was involved in the theater, and I would always do sound. And one of the good friends of our family was who provided the equipment for our school. And he ran a business, kind of a small sound business, where he'd provide PA equipment and that for theaters or events or whatever. And I would also kind of work for him in the summer. Obviously for school, it was school. I wasn't getting paid. I wasn't working for him. But other events that he would do around, he would, give me a little bit of money to come and help him out. And one of the events I remember doing, now that I got thinking about this, was there was like an awards ceremony kind of end of the year for the Special Olympics in our town. And we were doing the sound for that. We just had to set up a little PA, play some music, and there was a guest speaker. That guest speaker was Lynn Anderson. So not only do I know her, I have worked professionally with her. I have done sound for her. I was the guy turning up the fader so she could do her little speech. I think she might even sang like the national anthem or something. I don't know. I can't totally remember. Obviously, I didn't even hardly remember her until I got talking about all this with my mom showing her that video. But yes, my parents own one of her records. There's my funny story. So not only do I know her, I have professionally worked with her. And now we'll get back to the rest of 10 from the Rents. All right. There's the back. So surprisingly, this one does have the inner sleeve. It even says the inner sleeve there. Pretty interesting. You got Chris Christopherson. I see Johnny Cash on here. Earl Scruggs. I mean, some people I've heard of, but I've never really heard of Lynn Anderson. I apologize. So if anybody wants to school me on Lynn Anderson, go ahead. Let's hear it. I don't know if I've ever even listened to this record. Looks like it's in great shape though. And yeah, I don't see on the Columbia record label. There's side 1 and side 2. I don't know. I'm not really into country, so if any of you out there watching know anything about her and think it's worth listening to, let me know, and I'll put it on and listen to it. Most of their collection I have listened to, but there's ones here and there I've skipped. Now this one I have listened to, the Association's Greatest Hits. Very cool on this. Making sure there's no names anywhere. But there's the front and then the back. See, it does come with an inner sleeve. I don't know if this is correct to the record. Yeah, it looks like it's Warner Brothers 7 Arts Records. And I do got my mom's name on the back, so I'll show you side 2, but I'll cover up her name. And I believe that should be 10 from the Rents. So there we go. First one of these out of the way. So anyways, I am going to get wrapping up here pretty quick, and we'll continue on with this series here and there and just pull out 10 more and show what's in there. Like I said, some of these I haven't listened to, but the majority of them I have. So it's kind of shaped my love for music, you know, kind of steered me to where I was listening to, because I got into these at a pretty young age, you know, flipping these, and Dad would play them for me when I was younger. You know, we'd all just sit and listen to the records. So this is kind of the soundtrack of my life, I guess. Some of them I guess I just don't remember listening to or knowing too much, like that Lynn Anderson one there. So, but like I said, if leave in the comments if you think it's worth listening to, let me know. If you know about it, let me know, and I'll spin it. It looks like it's a great shape, so should sound good and play good. So, but anyways, I do want to once again thank my subscribers. Thanks to any new subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Also, please give the video a like. It really does help out the channel, and if you've stuck around to this point, you must like it, so please give it a like. Also, please leave a comment. Like I said, let me know about Lynn Anderson or any of these other ones I showed. Yeah, we'll see some interesting ones along the way here, so do tune in for the next episode. But anyways, I'm going to get signing out. I'm Beetle Dustino, signing out.